season review. In this show, we will be taking a look at the regular season with Bam Packers coach Bob Slate. So Coach Slate, could you share a few thoughts about playing in the shootout rules style?
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, the shootout rule style, I found it to just be incredibly exciting. The style itself is very much like the real National Football League with the timing, the time in between plays. You're forced to do everything under pressure and be very creative. You need to adjust on the fly, and you need to be able to make decisions quickly. And, of course, you need to be able to make plays, and that's always part of the game. But I found it to be a very exciting experience.
Interesting. Can you tell us a little about the box and how it figures into the game?
Well, the box can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's been times when guys hate it in a game, and then later on in the game they love it. One of the biggest things that I found is that guys have to remember to shake the box. Very often it sits there, and I'll be like wiping the dust off it during the game because guys just let it sit there. But it is a part of the game. Injuries, penalties, things that happen unexpectedly, but those happen in real football, and I think it adds another dimension of realism to it.
I would guess that you were not too happy with a few of those negative impacts.
Oh, yeah, we had a few negative impacts this year. In fact, in our playoff game against the Buccaneers, I really think that there was a fumble that occurred during the game, and Coach Kareem shook it up to challenge the call and got the fumble overturned. Had I gotten that fumble, I think it might have made a big difference, and maybe a deciding difference in the game. And yeah, I was not too happy about it a few times, especially on the dicey game early in the season, but we really don't want to talk about that again.
There were many exciting games and close finishes in the league this year. Could you highlight a few?
Yeah, actually, I brought my stat sheet, Nick, just to remind me of a few. Right out of the gate this year, one of the first games played was between the Falcons and the Jets. Number of kickoff returns in that game went into overtime with the Falcons winning on a field goal. A couple other very exciting games. One of the highest scoring games this year, in fact, the highest scoring game this year, was between the Giants and the Chiefs. A 59-42 thriller with back and forth action. I think there were like 6 or 7 kickoff returns, maybe more, for touchdowns in that game as well. And then what I think might be a very informative game, I'm not sure if the Buccaneers had a chance to see it, was very early in the season when the Falcons edged out the Bengals 6-0, kicking just 2 field goals. The Bengals played a great defensive scheme in that game, and if the Buccaneers studied what happened in that game, it might just be a blueprint to victory for them this year in the Super Bowl.
Thank you, Coach Slate, for sharing your thoughts on the season with us today. And thank you, football fans, for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow when we will take a closer look at our 2 Super Bowl teams, the Buccaneers and the Falcons.